you, Dr. Putman. It's my honor to announce and award the Excellence in Teaching Award for two outstanding individuals that have been instrumental in working with students. So this award is given to individuals who embody teaching to a high degree. And there's a concept that embodies that more specifically entitled with itness. You know how people say, get with it, man? Well, with itness is a concept that means that you're able to take the attributes of your student learners and incorporate that into your teaching so that all students can learn on the basis of their individual gifts and talents. That's an achievement, right, in and of itself. But we have two individuals, the first of which is Andrew Doriti. Give it up. Come on, sir. Soon to be, Dr. Doriti has been teaching seemingly for a long time. He worked as a fifth grade teacher while he was working on his Master's of Education. So he comes to us with extreme experience, having taught, and he credits the tutoring that he experienced as a first year as something that's instrumental that inspired him to ultimately want to go into being a student teacher to give back. He's been instrumental in receiving numerous awards. He's been a part of the Downstate Disability Project and Teach Project with the emphasis on teaching and with itness. And he's also been instrumental in leading the anatomy mock practicals from his second year on to now. He's a member of our Honor Society, and he's also going to Columbia University for residency in all things pediatrics. So with all due respect, I want to give honor and appreciate you, Dr. Doriti. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, thank you. Appreciate you. All right. And our next recipient, none other than Matthew Marcelino. Come on, sir. Is Matthew here? Oh, there you are. Come on. Come on down. Come on down, as they say. And while he's coming, Matthew has been very instrumental in leading our Bridges to Medicine program. And he's single-handedly taken on the project of working with these students and leading them through each unit for the 4 units of foundations. He has a very, very integrated teaching style, such that he focuses on strengths and weaknesses and enables learners to be able to sort of engage and push them beyond their limit, utilizing that concept of none other than with itness. See, I'll learn a new term today, right? Excellence in terms of experience, in terms of research, also going into pediatrics, all the way in sunny California. Bring some sunshine back. And so we applaud you, we appreciate you, your research with your mentor, 5 and pending publications. I can't put them all up there, but still coming. So that's impressive. And your Step 2 score was outstanding. And you credit the curriculum, you credit Downstate, and you credit little old Office of Academic Services. So we appreciate you, Dr. Musil. It's been a pleasure. Photo op. Have a good one.
Our next set of awards are from the Alumni Association. Stephanie DiBrienza.
Hi, everybody. I am the Executive Director for the Alumni Association for the College of Medicine. So you all, if you haven't heard of me, you will come next week when you graduate on my birthday. So it's extra special. I graduated undergrad on my birthday. It's great. Anyway, I am here to give out the Nathan Spitzer Class MD 1925 Honor Achievement Award in Cardiovascular and Pulmonary Medicine. This award was established by Dr. Adrienne Siegel, the daughter of Dr. Nathan Spitzer, in memory of her father, for a graduating medical student who exhibits excellence in cardiovascular and pulmonary medicine. It's my pleasure to give it to this year's awardee, Andrew Bay. Also, Alumni Reunion is going to be October 27th at the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens. We changed the time of year and the venue. You'll all get an invitation. And we're going to do an alumni event at the Brooklyn Cyclones in August on the 25th. It's Friends themed. You get a How You Doing t-shirt. You can look for that on our social and emails.
Next up, the Office of Student Life Awards. We have Skylar Hook and Adam Bergman.
Hi, everyone. So we're presenting Award for Lifetime Membership. These are for students who've shown a dedication to Student Center and events. The first two students couldn't be here, Muazzam and Liam, but they've been on the Student Center and Governing Board for the last 3 years. They were critical in our, I'm going to say, reconstruction of the weight room, improving everything. We put a lot of money in there over the last 4 years, and they really helped us with coming up with ideas. And also, they were critical in getting the photo gallery up in the main lounge last year, helping us decide what to put up because we had over 50 nominations. And talking about that photo gallery, another student we'll be recognizing today who is here is Nancy Lee. I know I saw her. You can come up, Nancy. There we are. Okay, cool. So I've gotten to know Nancy since her first year here, when she started talking about doing this artwork in the hospital, and I looked at her like she was crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, how are we going to fund this? She was determination. I said, look, I'll help you with the supplies, the art supplies, if you can find funding for the ceiling tiles, and she did. And besides that, she has held all the art paint and sips and everything in the student center. Whenever I need help, hey, I need help planning a project or event, Nancy has always been there every step of the way. So we hope you keep coming back to more events and lifetime membership for you. Thank you, Nancy. And the last lifetime membership, he's been here 6 years. Justin Ingram, I saw you in here as well. He has helped us tirelessly in the weight room, the basketball court, intramurals, cleaning up after people that don't clean up in the weight room, coming up with event ideas, being on university council, and he's become a good friend of mine. So I'm also excited to say that he's staying here at Downstate. So I'm sure he's going to put this to good use. Justin? And then something new we did this year. This was the first year we did Student Organization Awards. So we gave these awards at a nice dinner this past Monday, but as a lot of you were involved with these organizations in your first few years here, and some of you were even involved this past year, we felt like we wanted to announce them here so you all get to hear. So if you were ever part of one of these organizations, just stand up and wave. But the awards were Collaborative Program Award, which went out to LMSA, and which they worked with the OT program on. Community Service Award, which went out to the Brooklyn Free Clinic. Diversity and Inclusion Program Award, which went out to the Physicians for Human Rights. Educational Program Award, which went to Global Health. And then for the Student Organization Awards, we gave out the New Organization of the Year Award, which went to the Radiology Club. The Most Improved Organization of the Year, which went to AMWA, American Medical Women's Association. And then the Organization of the Year, which went to Daniel Hale Williams Society. So if you're in any of those organizations, just stand up and wave. There we go. I know a bunch of you are in here. It's nice to see that the organizations you passed down have continued to do well, and we're going to continue these awards going further. So thank you.
To present our next set of awards, Dr. Christopher Roman.
It's an honor to be here today to acknowledge the so many different facets of student excellence. And so I'm here actually in spirit with Dr. Buden Foster to present this and the HEAL Pathway Awards next. So the Zar Aid Scholarship, I think it's a beautiful expression of finding inspiration in partners or spouses. So it's sort of a reflection of the Trude Perlman Award in a way. And this was established by a retired Downstate faculty member who saw inspiration in his spouse, who he describes, as it says here, a passionate advocate of empowerment through education for women. And I had the privilege to read about today's recipient, the soon-to-be, Dr. Nurulain Paracha, who is the recipient of this award. It is very humbling and beautiful because it's very clear why she was chosen. It's clear that she exemplifies the best qualities and characteristics of professionalism, dedication to family, dedication to your peers, to your heritage, to your faith, to your community, and to the profession of medicine. It's an example to us all. Your advocacy and service to support community is incredibly powerful, an expression of optimism and how you sort of dealt with adversity with grace. And just some examples of some of the remarkable accomplishments and service work that you've done. You've worked with pediatric patients in hemodialysis. You've been an asylum clinic case manager. I mean, it's extraordinary. A peer wellness mentor, a food pantry volunteer, caretaking for your family. All of this on top of the unforgiving schedule of being in medical school. So congratulations, appreciation to you in this award.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so the Health Equity Leadership Pathway. This is a pathway that was actually started by students in the medical education pathway. And I think the pathway itself exemplifies how important students are in innovation, creativity, and shaping the future through medical education. And so the students that join this pathway are interested in addressing disparities, social determinants, structural determinants of health that disproportionately affect disenfranchised individuals, communities, particularly those who we serve in central Brooklyn. And it's a scholarly pathway in which there are didactic components, there are journal clubs, and there's also scholarship and community engagement work that's integral to the pathway. And so these students are being recognized for really bringing in the vital force that's necessary to keep a pathway going, bringing the commitment, organizational skills, passion, and optimism for change through creating these spaces where these discussions and problem solving and solutions are discovered, everything from new teaching modalities in medical school to new community partnerships, new research discoveries that inform how to do better to serving communities that are historically underserved. And so here are the list of certificate recipients. So if you could please all come up, I guess, hold applause until the end or something, yeah? Okay, so the future doctors, Lina Alansali, Bradley Amazan, Emily Bakai, Amanda Chardello, Miar Eliskandrani, Alexander Fong, Rithika Francis, Ariana Gopal, Sharif Hossein, Shrisha Maskey, Jessica Minaroff, Diara Diade, Olga Pinkasov, Alexis Roth, Kayla Skaher, Anuradha Shetty, Sania Tahir, Olivia Tracy, Kalita Waterton, Lulu Wei, Kadi Wu, and Lori Zombak. as they say on TV, but wait, there's more. Among this extraordinary group of students are some who have really went way beyond and really, took a deep, passionate interest in developing this paracurricular activity, organizing it, leading it, and setting it up for success for future generations. And those individuals we would like to recognize with a certificate of distinction. And some names are familiar, but we have the future doctors Justin Ingram, Nada Muhammad, Vivek Shah, Latia Skirving, and Jeremy Wilson. And just to give you some examples of the scholarship, because scholarship is a critical part of the pathway, everything from examining healthcare access to older Bangladeshi immigrants, what are the driving forces that underlie the higher maternal mortality rates in central Brooklyn, are the way that medicine measures depression or mental health in general, are they culturally individualized? This is just an example of the range of research that these students do. So congratulations to them.
Presenting the award for the Global Health Pathway, Dr. Jack DeHovitz.
Thank you. So the Global Health Pathway started about 6 or 7 years ago and really derived from the great interest of our medical students. As most of you know, it's a longitudinal curriculum that actually lasts all 4 years for those who are interested in global health. It's a particularly difficult pathway to get into. Every year we only take about half or less of those who apply. So those who have completed it, whose names are listed here, really represent a committed and highly focused group of students. So with that, I'm happy to ask each of them to come up and receive their certificate. There are 4 that will get it with distinction, but let me just read all the names first. Shrishti Amaranani, Alyssa Belzi, Sonia Bach, Shivali Devjani, Christina Falcone, Noraz Falik, Natasha Goyal, Nicholas Hines, Yoon Kyun Wang, Amanda Jurgel, Fatima Jurakan, Judy Lee, Kevin Matari, Christopher Musiel, Marcos Vargas, and Jordan Zell. I do want to highlight 4 students for distinction, particularly Sonia Bach for her leadership of the Global Health Club, Christina Falcone, who has served as president of the Global Health Club, Natasha Goyal, who has been really a steadfast leader in our work with a global health competition at Emory University, and finally Amanda Jurgel, who played a key role in helping us develop the 4th-year curriculum. So thank you each for completing the work here. Thank you.
Our next set of awards are from the Medical Educator Pathway, Dr. Lee Eisner.
Good afternoon. I look forward every year to being able to share the accomplishments of the students of the Medical Educator Pathway each year. The co-directors of the Medical Educator Pathway, Antonia Quinn, John Kuby, and I, are pleased to celebrate the graduation of the 2024 class. The medical education and pathway experiences of this class cohort occurred partly during a challenging period. Many of these students were among those that helped faculty to pivot to adapt the teaching of our foundations and clerkship students. Each MedEd Pathway graduate has paved their own individual path, developing different areas of focus and specialized skills in the medical education arena. And the COM 2024 students who completed the pathway requirements during this time are a select group who demonstrated perseverance and a generous spirit to give back to the College of Medicine through teaching and curriculum development, scholarship, and institutional service. The first award, the Medical Educator Pathway Certificate of Merit, recognizes graduating students who demonstrated time and commitment and passion to completing the pathway requirements to near-peer teaching, medical education scholarship, institutional committee service, and mentorship of junior students at the College of Medicine. All MEP students have collaborated with peers, faculty, and administrators in committees that contributed to the education policy and curriculum of the medical school. They have represented SUNY Downstate at national or regional medical education meetings to present their work, publish their medical education work in peer-reviewed platforms, or facilitated important, timely discussions with medical educator faculty and administrators from around the country. The collective contributions of this year's awardees to the College of Medicine include, but are not limited to, the following. The MedEd Pathway students help develop and or teach many interactive foundations, clerkship, and transition to clerkship sessions in clinical skills, human development, obstetrics and gynecology, primary care, and the impact of climate change in the pediatrics clerkships. These are now ongoing parts of our foundations and clerkship curricula. Students contributed to undergraduate and graduate medical education research and innovation in gross anatomy, neurology, general surgery, health equity, urology and robotic or laparoscopic surgery, resident education and assessment, and nutrition. Some of these students played a major role in the pivot back post-COVID to the in-person foundations and transition to clerkship curriculum. Over the next decade, medical education will continue to be transformed, and these are the young physicians that we want by our side to help us accomplish this. Please recognize the following students who received the Medical Educator Pathway Certificate of Merit. Daniel Brereton, please come up when I call your name. Frederick Birnbaum, Adam Daniels, Alexander Fang, Lakshay Kozla, Benjamin Krasniansky, Lekha Patel, Olga Pinkasov, Vivek Shah, and Elaine Wing. Please, let's remain standing. I would like to take a picture with the recipients of the next award also, all together. So please stay for now. So there are 3 students who participate in many of the activities that are already mentioned, and they are due a special distinction. This award recognizes graduating students who made outstanding leadership contributions to promoting the goals of the medical educator pathway. The recipient students demonstrated commitment, excellence, and maturity in their achievements in the area of teaching, education administration, scholarship, curriculum development or assessment, and mentorship. We are proud to have awardees this year whose specific contributions have added value to the impact that the medical educator pathway has made on our College of Medicine curriculum. So please come up when I state your name. From her first year at Downstate, Nicole Ackerman has been guided by priorities of curriculum and clinical skills, education engagement, collaboration with faculty, and mentorship of her near peers to lead her through new medical education initiatives. She played a major leadership role as a longitudinal member of our steering committee to guide the direction that the pathway has taken over the past 3 years. As the Near Peer Educator Program Coordinator for her class, for 3 years, she has coordinated the recruitment and educator development for the Near Peer Educator Program, training her peers for teaching physical exam and clinical skills to their junior peers in the foundation curriculum, a program that we have learned that we can't live without at this point. Even tomorrow, she will be leading a mentoring session for new MS1 Pathway members to guide them on their medical education research and curricular projects. She has helped facilitate educator development sessions for resident educators in some specialties on their teaching and role modeling responsibilities for medical students. She worked with Drs. Jacoby and Jacobson Dickman and medical student peers to help implement and evaluate their OSTE training program for neurology residents. She continued her medical education research interests with her study on the evolving challenges of the dedicated Step 1 study period since the change to a pass-fail Step 1. Both research projects were presented at national medical education meetings. Nicole Ackerman. From early in his downstate path, Felix Rosenberg has been guided by principles of community, health equity, and inclusivity to lead him through medical education initiatives on value-based care and advocacy at Downstate, University Hospital of Brooklyn, and the Brooklyn Free Clinic. This work includes conceptualizing and proactively seeking out to meet with colleagues and staff members, including those in the hospital leadership, managed care, and ambulatory care areas, who could advise and help him to develop, implement, evaluate, and serve as a mentor for a new value-based care elective at Downstate. He further collaborated with Drs. Isabel McFarlane and Jamila Yusuf to help develop, pilot, and evaluate an internal medicine clerkship curricular component for students to better understand and apply value-based care principles. This is now an ongoing part of the internal medicine clerkship curriculum, and Felix has mentored more junior students to continue this work. Felix Rosenberg. Jacqueline DeSalvatore joined the pathway in her second year, but quickly immersed herself in medical education activities by collaborating with emergency medicine faculty to help implement the Foundation's ultrasound curriculum, along with fellow classmates Elaine Wing and Miar Aleskandrini. The longitudinal nature of the College of Medicine ultrasound curriculum was extended into the core clerkship year when she spearheaded the initiative to develop and run with Ellie and Miar a first clerkship-specific ultrasound curriculum with an innovative structure under the supervision of Dr. Melanie Peters, the obstetrics gynecology clerkship director. It required careful research of the UME and GME medical education literature on the required APGO clerkship objectives, meetings with departmental education leadership, organization and planning logistics with technology resources in the simulation center, and outcomes evaluation analysis of the effectiveness of the session. The ultrasound session was implemented at the start of the clerkship year, academic year for the class of 2025, and now is an ongoing part of the curriculum. The session not only educates clerkship students, but allows for many fourth-year students to engage in near-peer teaching and scholarship. Jacqueline and the team also seamlessly transitioned the project leadership to a rising MS4 student team for the upcoming academic year. Jacqueline DeSalvatore. Please recognize all of the graduates of the pathway.